up YouTube? It's your boy DJ Expect, back with a different type of video today. Today we're going to do a Lightroom edit on an iPad. People can ask me questions, how do you edit your pictures on Instagram? You can follow me on Instagram at The Touch or DJ Expect to see some of these pictures that I edit. But my Instagram is The Touch Photography, that is, at Instagram, or DJ Expect is my regular Instagram. So we're going to edit on an iPad Pro. I think it's best to use an Apple Pencil with these edits, but we're using an iPad Pro. I got this last year, so the 2020 edition, with the newest cameras or whatever. I like the iPad Pro just because I can get real fine-tuned with the edits versus on the computer where it takes a little bit longer with the mouse. But you get more precise edits with the computer and more filters, more plugins, and you can add more quickly and more faster on the computer. But if you're in a pinch or you want to be fast, an iPad Pro I think is perfect and will get the job done. So let's no further ado, let's begin. So when you begin your edits, you're just gonna, one, put the pictures in camera roll. I think the best pictures come out with a professionally taken camera. I think that's how you get the best edits and the best pictures, but also you don't really need to do too much with the edits when you use a really nice camera. So sometimes it's even best just to have a photographer on hand, on deck. As you'll see with a lot of these pictures, that I'm not really gonna do much because the pictures came out super clean, super precise, super color, came out pretty much everything. But I'm gonna do a little touch up. I'm gonna be a little, what do you call it, over exaggerating on some of these pictures, on one of these pictures, just to show you the kind of edits you can do on Lightroom. So first things first, you want to open up Lightroom, of course. All my pictures that I'm editing, I've already imported to Lightroom, but we are going to edit pictures that are transported to Lightroom from camera roll on your iPhone or iPad, wherever the pictures are coming from. So we're going to do two pictures. We're going to do one picture that's just going to be a basic edit. This one has been edited a little bit, but we are going to start from scratch by reverting to original. As you can see, the picture looks pretty great. There's not really much to do here, but well, like I said, for the sake of teaching people how to edit with Lightroom, we're gonna do a couple of things. First things first, anything I always start, the beauty of Lightroom and using the 2020 versions of everything is the first thing I always want to start with is just using auto. Click an auto right there, just to see what we get. And this is not too bad. The sky looks a little bit weird. The ground, or the snow rather, not too bad, but we'll start with there. Next, I always like to do is I like to go and add some plugins. These plugins are just plugins I found online, or you can use plugins that you made yourself, or yeah, like I said, found online or buy. I use a couple of ones for this video. It's called Winter Blog, and we're gonna try out the plugin, see which one we like the most. Like I said, we're gonna do a little dramatic with these pictures, so bear with me. 5 looks a little bit weird. This guy looks, I don't know what color that is, turquoise, so we're not gonna do that one. I think I like Winter Blog. 4, we'll try some more. Lace to me doesn't really do anything. That, nah. This is actually not bad for like a vintage type shoot, but we're not doing that. I actually really like this because it looks hella cold out there, which it was cold, but we're not gonna do this because if you see it distort the pictures a little bit. We want to keep our stuff super clean. So we're gonna keep Winter Block 4. We'll start with that. Hit done. Next things next. We want to now fine tune some things. To fine tune some things on Lightroom, it's this little button right here. I don't even know what you want to call this, but this little circle thing right there. Click that, and now what we're gonna do, we're gonna want to first, let's smooth out our skin. I always start out smoothing out of skin in any of my pictures. So we're just gonna zoom in on her skin. We're gonna click this little plus button up top. We're gonna click this little paintbrush. And this little circle right here is basically the size of our paintbrush. Let's see what our paintbrush size looks like. It's pretty small. And you know, we'll stick with it. It's pretty small, we'll zoom in some more. And basically we're just gonna, this is kind of, actually since we zoomed in, we're gonna make our paintbrush a little bigger. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna hold on the little plus, and as you can see our paintbrush get bigger and smaller. I'm gonna put it like right there. And we're just gonna highlight her face. And this, we're just basically selecting the part of this image that we wanna edit. So let's do that, let's highlight the face, highlight the face, highlight the face, highlight the face. Cool. We're gonna stay away from the eyes, so we're gonna do a different type of edit to the eyes, but we're just gonna highlight the face. Making sure that I haven't found a better selection option on Lightroom yet, but just make sure that it's a deep red for this highlight. Because if it's just a little bit lighter, those areas will be a little lighter when we're adding our smoothing skin effect. So make sure we get everywhere. Make sure it's kind of dark. Like I said, I want to make sure every area is touched. So we'll make our brush a little bit smaller, just to make sure. Right now our brush is at 27. We're gonna get to like, I'm gonna get to like 10, just to get like around the eyes and but not to touch the eyes, and making sure we're smoothing everything out. Like I said, this is a pretty quality picture, so we don't need to burn her eyebrows or burn her eyelashes, which burning just means we're just gonna darken it. We don't need to do that. So we're not gonna do that. So now that we highlight our selection, let's get right there on the neck. We are going to smoothen the skin, and the effect you smoothen the skin is texture smooths the skin. You can move the texture slider to the left to make it more smooth, or you can move the slider to the right to make it more harsh. But we want to make it more smooth, so we smooth it to about 87. I never really do 100. 70 is fine. Let's see how it looks zoomed out. Look at that zoomed out. Like that already looks amazing. If you want to fine tune, you can like do her ankles right here. Pretty much do any part of her skin using the texture effect. So that's done. We're good there. Next thing's next. I always like to brighten my eyes in all my pictures. So we're gonna brighten our eyes. We're gonna do the same thing. The little circle. We're gonna click on the the paintbrush. Make our dot a little smaller because the eyes are pretty small for us. So let's make it 2. Zoom in all the way, and we're just gonna highlight the whites of your eyes. If you have someone with lighter eyes, you can start with the inside of the eye. The pupil, it's called pupil. It's called pupil. Then do the pupil. If someone has blue eyes, you'll do the same thing, and you're gonna add more white to the blue eyes just to make the blue eyes pop. If, like I said, if you have someone with blue eyes, you go to color, you hit tint, you change the eye color to whatever color you want. But we're not doing that. We are going to make our whites of our eyes better. So we're gonna go to light, whites. We're gonna turn up our whites. This is a really white background, so we can go 94. We can go all out, but because the picture's white, it's fine. Like, look at that. That looks great already. Like I said, for the sake of this video, we're gonna do some edits that we normally wouldn't do with this picture. Next, we're gonna do one more thing that I like to do on all my pictures. We're gonna add a vignette. A vignette basically just gonna add a blackness or whiteness around the edginess of our picture. Black is to the left, white is to the right. White, no, we're not doing white. White's like the old school picture. We're not doing that. We're just gonna add a little bit of black. There it is. And that just kind of adds a point of interest to your subject, to the picture. So you want people to focus on the subject, of course. So I think that just kind of point people's directions to that. Another thing you can do for this picture in particular, in this video, let's just brighten her all the way up. And what you want to do is just, again, go back to that little paintbrush, look at that. And then what we're going to do now, because we want to brighten up her whole body to kind of make her stand out a little bit, we are going to click the circle this time. And basically, we're just going to add a circle around our entire subject. Make it a little smaller, just a circle. Add the circle just around her. Let's bring that out a little bit. Good feet, done. And like I said, we want to do is we want to brighten up her. Let's see how that works. Let's just see how that looks on this picture. I'm gonna go to exposure. Nah, I don't like that. And I think it didn't even do it on the part I selected. Let's click that part again, and then let's go to exposure. Yeah, it didn't do it. No, let's just do it on her. And if you have a really, this effect would work if the background's really dark, and you want to bring out your subject a little more. But this background is really dark, but that's one way you can do this. Not doing that, so we're just gonna undo that. And we're just going to, that is done. Like I said, this is, when you're using a professional picture, it's really easy to get your edits in. And that's pretty much it. We don't have to do much here. We're gonna leave this one as done. What we always want to do is want to export it. There's a couple ways to export it. Export it to your camera roll, which is right on your iPad, wherever you're going to send it to. You can send it to Instagram. Or you can export it to the file manager in Lightroom, so you can transfer it from your computer or from your files off of the file manager. It's on your iPad, your Apple ID rather. All right, that's done. So now the next edit we're gonna do skin smoothing. So we want to find a picture that has, like I said, I like to use all professional pictures with these edits. So we're gonna use this picture. We're gonna reset everything just to smoothen out her skin. You see how clear this picture looks? The picture looks pretty clear. Well, as a photographer, I'll always send my model whatever parts of their raw files so you can get this basic image, and you can use like my tutorial to edit your picture how you like it. Because I mean, yes, as a photographer, you might like my edits, but you might want to fine tune my edits, and I don't want to be that person that's like, whoa, you have to get another photo shoot with me. No, I'll send you a couple of the edits or a couple of the raw files, and you can edit yourself. So this is a raw file. There's not really much to do here, but if you wanted to, let's say she had some pimples. If you wanted to remove some pimples, you will click the little, what do you want to call this? This little band-aid. And literally there's no pimples here, but let's play, there's a pimple. Let's play this little bump, and because no one's skin is perfectly smooth, let's play this little bump as a pimple. And what you want to do is you just want to click it. That's a really big circle, but so we just want to make our circle a little smaller. You just want to click it, and basically that's kind of all you do. And you just find a part of someone's skin that isn't bumpy or whatever, and you just find that little area, match it. Click on that one, match it. But again, we're not doing this because there's no really bumps here, but that's what you would do if someone had pimples, and that's an easy, quick way to fix pimples. You always want to leave a couple blemishes on people's faces because, like I said, no one's face is perfectly smooth, but her face is pretty smooth. There's no pimples really on this picture. So what we do is the same thing we did before. We're just gonna use texture, smoothing out her skin overall, and we're just gonna, we want a bigger circle. Like I said, it's a professional picture. Her eyebrows were clearly done, so we don't need to burn her eyebrows to make them darker. We don't need to do that. So we're just going to mask our skin, because that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna smooth out our skin. It's another quick edit. With Lightroom and with any photo, honestly, with any Adobe or any professional program, you're gonna want to play with the program to really mess with to really get your editing style or whatever. This is just gonna be a basic overall edit. We're gonna go to effects. We're gonna go to texture. Like I said, we're just gonna smooth out our skin. Never 100. I don't like to say never 100. We'll do like 87. I think it's good. Look, looks great. 87 is great. Next thing we want to do is we want to add that auto feature. See what that looks like. I kind of like that. It brings out the color in our dress. If you ever want to just fine tune your picture, you just literally click through the tabs. If you want to make our picture a little more blue, we'll add that. We don't want to do that. It's a crazy edit. We don't want to do that. But yeah, you literally just play through each one to get what you like. Next is if you want to crop, you press the little crop button that will scale your picture. We don't need to do that. What else? Let's add that vignette. Like I said, I always like to add a little bit of vignette. Let's add that. And let's see. Let's go to our presets. Let's see if any of those 1-2 presets work for this. It's pretty dramatic. I actually kind of like that, but it's really dark in her face. And what you can do is, like I said, just highlight her face, brighten up her face. But I kind of like the edit already. That's pretty cool. It's like a vintage look. Okay, that's pretty much it. So I kind of like this edit. Pretty good, pretty standard, pretty straightforward. Oh, actually, you know what? In this picture, it has some wrinkles that we can mess with. And there's 2 ways you can mess with wrinkles. You can smooth them out, highlight them, smooth them out, or you can use that healing thing again. This one's gonna be a little bit tricky, but let's find a good wrinkle. It's not too many wrinkles actually. And we'll just look at that, it's gone. We can make our size a little bit smaller. See how that looks. The wrinkle's gone. Simple. Let's get this one. This one looks a little dramatic. Let's see if we can mess with this one. I'm just gonna find. That looks really good. Of course, you want to quickly smooth out this dress because, as you can see, there's natural wrinkles that come with the dress. But this looks pretty good. We could do a little bit more. Let's do another one. Click on the Band-Aid. Let's see where. Oh no, let's use that actually. Add more to the shadow. And some of these you gotta really fine tune before you just go messing with it. I'm gonna brush a little smaller. And let's do this one. Lightroom does a pretty good job of trying to find where I want to take this to, but that's not. Yeah, it's pretty smooth. Let's see how that looks. Oh. Not too bad, not too bad. But yeah, that's pretty much how you do wrinkles. So that's pretty much it. If you want to do something else more, you can take your photo to Photoshop straight from Lightroom into the Photoshop app on your iPad, but we'll save that for the next video. Let me know how you like this video. Like, subscribe, share. Let me know in the comments if you have any suggestions or any more additions you can do to the edit or that I can do for you guys. But other than that, I think that's a pretty good, pretty solid edit. You can see this picture and many more on my Instagram, on my personal Instagram at DJ Expect. I might post a little bit on there, but mostly a lot of my photography stuff is going to be on the Touch Photography on Instagram. So you can check me out there as well. Alrighty, check me out in the next video. It's your boy DJ Expect, and we are off.